We're going to TIG weld two separate joints today. The first one is an 11 gauge lap joint, carbon steel. Then we'll shift gears to a T-joint. I'll show all the settings, plenty of good arc shots. I packed a lot of information, a lot of content into a video that's only about 5 minutes long. I think this Jazzy 10 ceramic is just about the perfect cup for what I'm doing today. For carbon steel and low alloy steel and even a whole lot of stainless, it works great. This is 11 gauge steel, around 1/8 of an inch thick. We're using 122 amps full pedal. You could probably go as low as 95 amps, maybe as hot as 140. Just depends on the size filler you're using and your travel speed. We're using 1/16 ER70S6 filler metal here. Just as easily could be using the ER70S2. A lot of that is a matter of preference. Feel free to chime in the comments on which one you like. This is Andrew Carden doing this welding today. You can see that he's taken that top toe of the weld right on up to the corner and actually consuming just a little bit of that corner for filler. That's just one way of doing things. I like to have my fillet weld on 1/8 inch thick metal go all the way up to the corner. It gives it a nice heavy throat. Just depends on the application though. There are applications when you might not even want to take it all the way up to the corner and use a smaller filler rod to do that. Okay, well that's the lap joint, and we'll use this same piece for the T-joint, but we'll wait for it to cool off a little bit. Here are the basic settings that I used, and now let's get on to that T-joint. Okay, we're not quite done yet. We're going to get into that T-joint real quick, but before we do that, just a quick reminder about how important arc length is. Watch this. Let me drive the point home on how important an arc length is on this T-joint. 160 amps here with too long an arc, and you see what's happening. The tip of that rod is blobbing in instead of feeding in. I don't do anything different, just tighten the arc length. Look how much better. Everything is shot at 160 amps, but this is going way better than it was with the long arc. There's a rule of thumb on arc length that basically says your arc length should be equal to or slightly less than the diameter of your electrode. That's a pretty good rule of thumb. You can go a little bit tighter in some instances. If you get too tight, you're going to dirty up your electrode and sputter. That's no good either. All right, let's grab a Jazzy 10 ceramic out of this TIG Pro kit now and weld that T-joint. You saw my good friend Andrew Carden weld that lap joint. Now he's going to do this T-joint for us while I hold the camera. This one's going to be kind of hot and fast because we've got a double thickness on the bottom, having welded that lap joint already. So we're using a little bit more amperage here, like up over 160 amps, but Andrew's not wasting any time here. He's motoring on pretty good. I had him stop here just to show a restart. Restarts are important. So in order to make a good restart, Andrew is going to light up right in the center of the crater where he left off. Pump that heat up and get that puddle to match the crater, and then just motor on. Normally this joint would take roughly the same amperage, just maybe 5 or 10 more amps than the lap joint. But again, because this is a double thickness on the bottom, and because Andrew is motoring on pretty good, he's got this thing over 160 amps. When you're first learning to TIG weld, you probably go a little bit slower than this, but that's fine. You always go a little bit slower when you're learning, but you want to eventually pick up your speed. This is a pretty good travel speed right here, and you can see the result coming out pretty good. The Jazzy 10 cup is providing some really good shielding there. Almost looks like a stainless weld, even though it's carbon steel. So here are the basic settings used, and here we are only at about the 4-minute mark in this video. So a quick reminder, the way I support these videos is with my online store at weldmonger.com. So if you're interested in learning more about any of the stuff that I used in this video, it's at weldmonger.com. We put together some really good TIG kits. We also have this shortcut guide to TIG welding with links to several videos, absolutely free. I'll put the link in the description where you can get this free TIG guide. Thanks for watching.